Now the back panel's in place, it's time to clean it up. Reduce the depth of the blade a bit. I think that'll do. Good. And now we'll set about planing the end grain, top and bottom. For this section of planing, I'm going to be planing in this direction towards this side, but obviously I'm not going to go over the edge, otherwise this will split out. I'm going to turn my plane at 45 degrees so that as the blade is going over the work, it's forcing all the fibres in this direction so it won't fray out on this edge. I'll do the high bits first. Now we'll turn it around and come the other way. Nearly down. That's down. So I'll flip it round. Good, we're starting to get shavings like that, so we'll stop. Nice. Very nice the way the grain looks when it's playing back flush with this surface. And now the enjoyable bit where we plane along the grain rather than across the grain, which is so much easier. And what we're looking to achieve is a lovely continuous flat surface with this side bit. Have quite a coarse cut to begin with, you've got quite a lot of material to get through. We're down to about 2 millimeters. Now we're getting a bit close, so I'll reset the plane with a finer cut. We're looking to see this material coming off in the throat of the plane. And we're just beginning to see it here, so to be a bit careful. And that's done. Very satisfying. I may as well take this pencil mark off. Good. And same again, coarse cut. So we're very nearly there indeed, and it's looking good. What I'm going to do now is to chamfer really lightly all these sharp corners. You can see they're a little bit damaged. There's a little bit of evidence of where we put the marking gauge in. Not the inside of the drawer cavities, going to leave those nice and sharp because we want a nice crisp fit with that, but the front of the shelves I do with glass paper because I can't get plain in there. The end grain I won't try and plane because inevitably it will split out. But if I'm working along the grain on these outside bits, I'll be able to chamfer the edges just to make it look worked on and make it look a little bit more thought through. I know I've got a nice light cut on my plane because the last bit of planing I did, so I'm just going to take at 45 degrees probably about 3 passes, that's all, nothing that's going to be obviously noticeable. Let's make it a 4th, and similarly along the back here. And I don't know whether you can see, but this now has got the chamfer on. Get that out of the way. This hasn't. This looks nicer. Now, rather than turning the work round, I'm going to just bring the plane back the other way. Same the other side. And the end grain and the inside surfaces we'll do with glass paper. The end grain we'll do with 120 grit. Again, 45 degrees. And just sufficient to put an angle on there. Definitely not rounding it. That is not what we do. Unless you want to. Don't want to be a woodwork policeman, but just sets my teeth on edge seeing rounded corners when they don't have to be. So that's all the outside edges done. Now I've got to just work on the inside edges and on that. Balancing my glass paper block on the wood so I'm not rounding that flat surface. Not stopping until I've absolutely got rid of that pencil mark. Really don't want that there. And now, same again. I bring the glass paper up to the edge of the cork block. I know I'm getting right into the corner. And we'll swap this for some finer glass paper so that we can work on the surfaces. 320 grit. Now we'll work on these sides. Unfortunately, glass papering has the effect of switching off all the intelligent bits in your brain. And the secret with glass papering is to know when enough is enough. And as soon as you've got the surface completely covered, you stop. Otherwise, you just wake up about 6 hours later and you've got no product and a whole heap of sawdust on the table. And because our planing was effective, it really doesn't take very much sanding to get this back. Not much sanding needed on those. And finish it off with our 320. And that is pretty much the end of the woodwork project. Oh, do you see how that went in? Like an easy closed toilet seat. And there we are. Except for the drawer knobs and a surface finish, that's done. And you'd never know that that was made from a pallet. Good result.